We all get a brief window of opportunity on this planet. And while you're catching up on sleep this morning, consider this. There's a snail out there, right now, risking everything to cross the largest desert of a sidewalk it's ever seen. Why? Because it beats hiding in its shell at home. Or maybe it was inspired by every snail that ever successfully reached the other side. I don't know. I'm not really sure what motivates a mollusk, but I do know this. No snail has any idea what's on the other side of that sidewalk. All they know is that they have a shell that can be cracked. And maybe not the best reaction time in the animal kingdom. But still they go, on the off chance they might actually connect with something greater than themselves. Maybe become one of those snails that inspires another snail. Now you may say this is dumb. Snails don't surf. Well, neither did any of us. Until we did.
Simple stuff, side mission type stuff, like blow up construction vehicles that would then obviously cause them harm and deal damage to their enterprise and sort of take away money from what they're trying to work. But then there were more specific missions that involved taking down specific targets, going in and destroying specific things, and that culminated in this mission right here, which is a hotel mission where you're going to take out the leader of the racket. I like the flexibility of being able to attack and destroy this racket in a multitude of ways. There were a bunch of little of the side objectives. There were a couple more of the major ones that did most of the money. Love how the receptionist there runs away in fear because she sees you coming and she knows you're not bringing flowers. Bringing exactly the opposite. Well, eventually, she'll be bringing flowers for the guys working in the office, but that will be after we deal with all of them. And there are a ton of the little side activities that dealt damage and earned you money and took money away from the racket. And I did some of those and kind of mixed in what I wanted, where I was on the map, and how I wanted to approach, what kind of gameplay I was interested in. And what has me excited is the fact that hopefully these different rackets involve different mechanics and different side activities, and they said that they would. They were very clear that different rackets in different districts will feel different, and so that's why I'm excited by the promise of playing multiple districts at once, kind of doing two different things, so it never feels stale. It doesn't feel like you're running through all of the construction activities and then all of these activities and all of the drug activities and all of blah blah blah. You can kind of mix it up, which I think is cool, and maybe that allows you also to balance the underbosses a little better and know what you're assigning where and not go too gung-ho in one of those three directions. I like that there's three underbosses, so it's not an either-or. It's always an either-or, which I think makes for more dynamic decisions. Finishers and melee was really fun. There are these brutal executions, and they said that I was the only person that played the demo that was able to execute these, and hopefully you guys are proud of me. I was pretty proud of myself playing with a bunch of different journalists and a bunch of very well-known people, and I was the only person able to pull off these brutal finishers, which were super cool. They required you to stun the target via melee and then hold the A button for the exact right amount to execute this brutal finisher, and since it was tricky, it felt very satisfying once you got it done. So obviously you have the open world flexibility of the missions, but that hotel mission that you saw and that you'll see more of really highlighted more of the linear design. One, it involved cutscenes, and one of the cool things about the cutscenes is that they are telling a lot of the story through, of course, these gorgeous cutscenes you're seeing here as part of the trailer. The facial animations and the faces themselves look really good. I think that's something that has to be nailed on next gen, and Mafia 3 gets it right. But the story will also be told through sort of a documentary-style court case. So there was these documentary-style videos that show one of the characters in court kind of retelling what happened with Lincoln, and I thought that was a cool feel and gave the game a cool flair. You know, it really is trying to recreate this New Orleans vibe in a very volatile time in our country's history, and I think that those cutscenes that were in that documentary, black and white style, really added to that vibe. So that hotel